Take a fall if you're afraid. It's a clean air fall. It's getting hot in here.
So take off all your clothes.
And start falling.
Getting so high.
So how much falling have you done?
0.
0! Alright, let's begin. Let's begin. So, rock climbing is a 3-part thing. We have strength, technique, and mental. And what do the most people do when they fail on their climbs? They go and trying harder! I wanted to see what would happen if I would take an average climber and go on a short 10 days climbing trip and focus purely on the mind. And the results were amazing. She went from 6B to... Come on, come on. Ah, no, you will see.
I never climbed relaxed outdoors.
This is a head. It has a mind. A mind has problems. And the most common troublemaker for rock climbers is, of course, the fear of falling. We are gonna test this gentle way of getting rid of fear of falling.
Okay, I shit in my pants.
No shitting in the pants. You shit in that little... Yes, so either you know very well that you have this fear, or it could be that you're ignoring it and hiding it, but it still affects your performance. Every time it gets hard, you might get tense and then overgrip everything and fail and eventually just blame on lack of endurance or whatever. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about the psychology of the fear and lots of tips and tricks how to progress the pyramid of the fearless climber. So let's start where everybody does. The bottom. So you come to the climbing gym for the first time in your life.
I really don't know how this works. Is there a special climbing knot you do?
Where did you get these shoes from?
Second hand.
You struggle your way up the wall and then...
Do I have to fall down?
Yeah.
I don't want to fall down. I really don't want to fall down.
You're totally safe.
I don't trust it.
My whole body is shaking. No, I cannot.
We'll try to climb a bit. Okay. Oh, still.
Why did I do this? Are you promising me it's going to be slow?
Yeah.
I hate you.
If you've never done rock climbing before, don't worry, this is totally normal and it happens to everyone, just on different levels. In fact, you know what? Let's test my assumption. Let's do a voting. On a scale from 0 to 3, how much you were afraid to let go on your first ever climb? Of course, with the rope or auto belay. So pause the video and vote somewhere here, and then we will see. Cool, thanks. And now I have to say sorry for the girls in the previous clips, because to make somebody to climb all the way to the top when the person is afraid of heights is a bit cruel. It's a much better strategy to let the person climb a little bit and then do a fall from not very high and then climb higher, do another fall. It's much easier. But of course, it's all about showing you of what not to do. Eventually you will let go. You will realize that you're still alive. Not as bad as I expected.
Okay, it was not as bad as expected. It was just a moment of letting go, but the actual fall was so slow. It was actually fun. But
so just keep doing falls, and in a couple of climbing sessions you will upgrade yourself to a top roper.
So on the second try today, she will lead it.
Yes, I will. I promise.
So this is the last top rope ever in your life?
Yeah.
Yes?
Okay, yes. Oh, sorry!
What's the hardest route you've climbed?
Outdoors?
Yeah.
6B or 6B plus.
So at this level you are already comfortable at taking top rope falls, because you know that you're not gonna fall much. And you look into other climbers who are lead climbing and taking falls, and you think like, nah, I'm fine with my rope going up from me, not down. And that's totally fine. Enjoy it, have fun, and as a side effect you will get fit. So, 7A?
No.
Yeah, I think that you can do 7A.
Thanks.
But if you want to go on a climbing trips and not rely on somebody setting up the top ropes for you, or you want to climb some fancier routes in the gym, then you need to start lead climbing. So climb number 2, now she starts lead climbing. It's a bit dark, I think. You seem to be very excited.
If I don't manage to do the second quick draw, will I fall to the ground?
No.
No way.
Okay, then I'm self-confident. Let's go. Take care of me, Toby, okay?
Hey, of course.
Otherwise my dad will kill you.
So at this level, people climb way below their physical capabilities, because obviously they are afraid to fall.
Start is hard, you said.
You can skip it.
How?
I can help you.
First I try.
Yeah. Come on.
Okay, how can you help me up, please?
Some technical difficulties, and we are back to the show.
Give me something, something good. I get wasted on the thought of you.
Yeah, come on.
Head is spinning, I can't move. Smoky eyes in a groove.
Yeah. Good.
Take.
Gotcha.
Take is your best friend, followed by the best excuses.
I'm getting hungry while I'm during this route.
Food is on top.
Uh-huh.
Just think about it.
He left some bananas on top.
Yeah, of course.
How long will I have to wait? How long have we been too late? Now I wish that we never met, so that I don't have to try to go.
And of course, grabbing the quick draw is also quite cool.
Ja, wer kommt denn da?
You're speaking to Fox in German?
Yeah, foxes are able to speak German. Oh, he's so beautiful. Wanna become my friend? Maybe?
It's actually very normal to be afraid of falling, because that's the natural human survival thing kicks in. And in fact, it's not about getting rid of the fear. It's about training your subconscious, the animal mind, to judge the safety of the situations correctly. You look down, there is a ledge, you have to be afraid. If you're not afraid, then something is not good for you.
So the consequence is not to climb ledges?
The takeaway is the fear is here for a reason, and sometimes you need it, and some situations are dangerous and you should be feeling fearful, and that's okay. But what about the safe situations? After all, most of the climbing situations are safe, right? Yes, but your subconscious mind doesn't know that. It doesn't have enough past experiences, past training, to be sure that it's safe. But you can retrain what's going on underneath.
How?
By putting yourself into these situations and having good outcomes.
Okay, fall. Oh. Okay, it's not that bad.
Here you go, that's what you need. If you go into fearful situation and you have fearful outcome, so if you go and take a huge jump or a whip on the rope and you go like, ah! yeah, you are training your subconscious next time to be even more afraid. Or another common mistake I see people do is thinking that, oh, I'm not strong enough for lead climbing, and then they go and train harder. But it's like learning how to swim by going for a run. You're not gonna learn how to fall by doing pull-ups. You need to fall.
Because one of my biggest fears is that I break my feet when I'm crushing against the wall with my feet.
So you need to have a good belayer, which gives you a soft catch, so you're not smashing yourself to the wall. In fact, before I made Hanna fall, I climbed myself first to test her belayer and the falls myself. You're a little bit too tight on the slack, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Better?
So much less?
Yeah, much better. That's nice. That was a perfect catch. And then know or learn how to absorb landing. It's like in bouldering when you're falling onto the crash pad, you're not going like stiff into it. You will break yourself. So on the wall it's the same. You are trying to be soft like a cat, absorbing the impact with all your
Okay.
little bones.
They are huge actually.
And then we did some practice falling.
So you tell me when to fall.
Okay. Starting from very small when the quick draw is still above you, and then gently increasing the falls little by little. You have to be very observant of your feelings inside. You go like, oh, I feel this, oh, I don't like the situation. So don't push yourself more. Stop here, look down, is it safe to fall? If you're not sure, ask your belayer, and your belayer has to be reliable enough to tell you that yes, it's actually safe. It's not like yeah, fall, and then just take a little fall. It can be like even the quick draw is above you. Okay, you can fall again on this position. You will immediately notice a huge relief inside. You go to the same spot and you will be like, oh, that feels way better now. Go a little bit more. Once you notice this a little bit inside, you take a little fall. Okay, take a fall here.
Okay.
It's too light.
How was that?
Okay. Problem is, I forgot breathing while I'm falling, and I just breathe when I landed.
Because if you go past that point, you will be freaking out and you will be like locked and unable to move, think, do anything. If you fall, you might freak out. And once you get a little bit more comfortable on taking little falls, you can progress to what I call touch and fall game. So here, instead of just letting go and falling, you're doing a little move, touching the wall and letting go.
Here's no hold, so I'm gonna fall anyways.
Yeah, just take a fall.
Okay, attention.
Nice, that was a good one. Good job.
Thanks to my belayer.
This is way easier for your brain because you're not thinking about letting go and falling. You're thinking about touching the wall or doing a dyno and touching the wall. Would you be comfortable falling here?
No,
Then do it.
I will swing.
Just very little. If he gives you slightly more slack, you will be fine. Yeah.
Okay,
How was that?
okay.
Yeah. And another good tip is to breathe out when you're falling. So something like this relaxes your body, and when you're relaxed, you are more aware of the fall itself and you can brace for impact much better than just being stiff and banging to the wall. And now you can take a little fall since you love swinging.
Oh, nice catch.
Here you go.
Danke.
And the guys are usually less afraid to fall than the girls. No, that's not true. We're just better at hiding it because it's not very cool to be afraid of something. Or if the guy is very strong,
Armstand.
he is just trusting on himself that he's not going to fall, then he's not afraid. But keep pushing your climbing difficulty and eventually you end up in a situation where you cannot go and then you grab the quick draw. Right?
Oh, I'm pumped.
Keep going, finish it.
Give me a take.
What?
Oh, not that much pump.
Why do you think he gave up?
Because he's pumped and a little afraid, maybe.
You think he's afraid?
A little, maybe, because he cannot see that
Yeah, all right, man, all right.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, still not freaked out?
Not freaked out, but I would lie if I would say that I'm fearless.
Well,
Especially when it comes to swing. I need to do it more often, I think.
step by step, slowly. Hanna was doing exceptionally well on these fear of falling games, but for you, depending on your mental state, it might take a little bit longer. But don't do this for too long. Try to move to the next level on the pyramid as soon as possible, because this is where all the fun begins. You will do things that you used to think it's impossible for you.
Oh, this fucking thing is my hold. Climbing? Okay, press.
That boosts your self-esteem like crazy, and then you will start progressing on your climbing difficulties really quickly. So in the next video I'm gonna show you how to project hard routes without spending too much time and having a lot of fun while massaging your fear of falling. How do you feel?
Amazing, this part was so much fun.
Now you can look down.
Whoa, no, better not. Bye bye. Oh, ow. Woo. What the fuck?
And I usually don't say this, but do the YouTube things, write a comment, click a like, that really helps me. And if it helps me, I will continue doing these videos that will help you. So thank you and see you in the next one. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on.